Hey guys, John V here from Phone Reno. Right now I'm taking a quick hands-on look at the just announced Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1. This is the 2014 edition. See some new design changes and of course the usual specs boost. So real quick, let's go with design. It's still the same characteristics in the Note 10.1 series. Very thin profile. You have a sophisticated look to it with the silver trim bezel around the sides. Very thin, lightweight, and the difference now, instead of using the glossy plastic from before, they have this stitched, very sophisticated feeling material. A little bit of a tough plastic feel to it, but definitely different from the usual glossy that we've seen in the past with the Tab series and even the Note series. And if we look around the sides, we have all the usual ports and stuff that we usually tend to see. So let's take a quick look and see what they have. It looks like here on the right edge, you have slots for SIM slots. Going to have cellular data connectivity. So far, 3G, 4G access from what we're hearing. Micro SD card slot, always a useful thing to find. You have left and right speakers, so you have stereo support. You have the slot right top here for the S Pen, so it tucks away hidden inside the body. On the top edge of the tablet, looks like you have an IR blaster right there, turning it into a universal remote, also a handy thing. Of course, you have the dedicated controls here. You have power button and also the volume control, a little bit raised, a subtle feel to it when you press them down. And on the left edge, it looks like you have a 3.5mm headset jack, the other speaker, and the bottom edge, just the micro USB port for charging data connectivity. If you look below the display, you have the usual set of buttons, same thing found in Galaxy S4 and pretty much all the Samsung Android-based smartphones. You have a physical home button that's a little bit recessed, surrounded by the capacitive back and menu keys. One thing that really stands out with the Galaxy Note 10.1 is the display. It is updated, and we gotta say it looks pretty nice. 10.1 inches in size. It's actually a super clear LCD display with WQXGA resolution. That's 2560 by 1600 pixels, and we gotta say it is sharp and a lot of detail here from what we could see. Viewing angles are really nice too. It doesn't seem to distort too much. It maintains that nice clarity at all angles. And seeing that it's LCD panel, we're gonna assume right here that it's gonna work pretty handy when it comes to outdoor conditions. Now we have it set to a medium setting. If we turn up, it really cranks up the brightness, good contrast, so it definitely lights up. It might not have that oversaturated look with the AMOLED panels found with Samsung's displays, but it's still very sharp looking, very nice, and we really can't complain about the extraordinary level of detail that it has to offer. Flipping it to the rear, we have an 8-megapixel autofocus camera with an LED flash, ability to shoot 1080p videos. And of course, again, it's just that new casing that we see here. That's very different from what we see in previous tablets from Samsung's cam. It's a really nice change, and it just has a nice clean appearance. It provides for a very soft, lightweight feel on the hand, and it does an okay job so far from what we're seeing, masking any smudges, debris. A little bit hollow towards the middle, and the construction seems okay with the tablet as a whole. In terms of processing power, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition is powered by a 1.9 gigahertz octa-core processor with 3 gigabytes of RAM. So it has some beefy internals, giving it a very high-end, performance. And from what we can see here, does a pretty decent job opening up different applications, and the normal function seems pretty quick. Let's just try and see if we could change the wallpaper here, give it something a little bit more processor intensive. See what the performance looks like with that. So let's go with the live wallpaper here. The usual stuff. Let's just select this. And it's responsive, no doubt, but every now and then we just see a little bit of a stutter, but it's nothing really terrible. It doesn't really drastically affect the performance. Still good, likable, very quick with basic operations, whether it's opening up applications, and you can see how quickly it's able to actually maneuver through different things. Every function, every swipe is registered, and it's pretty quick, and really good with this performance right now from what we're seeing, this prototype unit. And finally, there's the S Pen here. Same functionality you'd expect. You have the hover functionality, so it's very useful for things like the web browser. So if you have certain websites out there that rely on different menu-driven systems, instead of clicking on a link, you could hover over it, which is nice, and it's great for the note-taking memo. You have all the S Memo apps on board with this here. Let's quickly show you here. Samsung, click that here. You have all the action memo stuff you want to do it, and you also have a scrapbook, which seems like one-stop hub that produces some photos and even text into an album if you want to do that. And we have the S Planner for your organization applications. And that looks like pretty much the extent of the usual set of things that we find with the Galaxy Note series. So there you go, folks. That's a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition. It sees a really nice specs upgrade in terms of the processor, the display especially, very crisp and very sharp, lots of detail, something we really like, and still maintains that nice slim profile. But for the most part, the design characteristics, the elements haven't really changed, but nevertheless, it still sees some really nice improvements all around. They didn't mention anything about pricing yet, but it's going to be available starting September 25th. It's going to be available in Wi-Fi and cellular data connectivity on board. So if you want to learn more about it, guys, you can check out our website, phonearena.com. It's John V. Thanks for watching.